from all around your lawn. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.
Good morning, welcome again to the GDFL Footy Show. Only a couple more weeks to go and it's grand final day. Boy, are we getting excited about that. Big round of footy last weekend. It was the first of the final series, and on Saturday we had the qualifying final of the East Geelong Eagles. Much too good for the Werribee Central Centurions, the boys from the Duck Pond. 75-point winners with the league century goal kicker and the Whitley medalist. Congratulations to Lucas Murphy, kicking 3 goals last week. Giving a pressure on the boy last week. And Anthony Kitchen, of course, kicking 2 goals. A great contribution by Anthony as well. So East Geelong, well, they are fantastic, and Werribee Centrals thankfully live to see another day in the qualifying, or I think they called it the first semi-final, Jason. I know, or second semi, whatever.
They do, first.
It's a lot easier to follow than the final 8, but the big fella still gets a bit confused. On Sunday, the rejuvenated Inverleigh Hawks, playing their first finals campaign since being reintroduced into the league as Inverleigh, have won their game against the Tommy Tigers finals specialists, but not so this year, and they will take a rest until 2012. 39-point winners by the Inverleigh Hawks. A fantastic job indeed, and they move on for another week. Hello, I'm Dick Philpott, and I am back again. Yes, back in the chair. We've kept Jason on. We thought we did a good job, so we'll keep him on for another week. But it was this great to be back again. Had a wonderful week last week in Sydney with Rosemary for her 60th birthday. But we are back, so don't adjust your TV sets indeed. We'll be doing the talking once again to eradicate, communicate. What's the other one, Jason?
Adjudicate.
And
procrastinate.
No, you definitely don't procrastinate on this show. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, anyway, keep going.
Anyway, because Jason couldn't spell those words last week. Of course, the number one living legend from the Bannockburn Footy Club, with his boys playing still in the under-18s finals and coming up this morning against the North Geelong Magpies. Dale Smith, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Dick. And as I said, we've got to get this show on the road because I've got to get at the ground again once again. Looking forward to another good day of footy.
I'll be out there right behind you rooting for the Magpies. Don't you worry about that. Go Pies.
As long as you step some behind me, I'll be happy.
Thank you very much. And of course, the man who did fill in my shoes last week, there's no introduction, King of the Kids, and he did a great job too, my mate Jason Doherty. G'day, Jason.
Yeah, spiking the ratings. Did you see that last week? Last Saturday morning,
Well,
it's been Channel 31 through the roof.
As I said to you, mate, I got numerous phone calls when I came back, numerous phone calals. I took absolutely no notice of them, decided to do the show anyway.
Back to normal.
Unbelievable, never mind. But anyhow, great games last week. We'll talk about those in a minute. We've got to go to an interview now with Tom Parrott from the East Geelong Eagles. He's the chairman of selectors with Cal Lowther. Here they go.
Tommy, today obviously a great result. You started a little bit slowly, but after the halfway through the first quarter, you guys were all over it.
Yeah, look, we were pretty confident our game plan's going to hold up on this ground. We've done a lot of work here. We've been coming here and training during the week for the past month, just on a couple of Wednesday nights, a bit of extra work. But, we had a bit of trouble early in the game with, executing our skills. And as you would have seen, even late in the game, we're sort of, missing targets, simple targets. That's something that we need to work a little bit harder on. Yeah. But, look, realistically, we could, we had a good chance to put them away early in the game. We didn't take that chance, but, we came out in the third quarter and made a good fist of it.
Yeah. Forward press, worked jam.
Yeah, look, it's getting better, and like we said last time I spoke, it's getting better every week. It's one of those things that we need to keep maintaining, keep working on, and it all just comes down to personal discipline. So if the players aren't disciplined, it only takes 1 week link to let us down. So we're pretty hard on each other, and that's what you need to be to keep each other accountable.
Yeah. What about Kiel Robertson? What do you think of his performance?
Yeah, Robbo was really good today, mate. He had a good game. We brought him off late just to sort of save his legs a little bit. He's a good workhorse. Him and Dougie worked really hard through the middle of the ground, and even Jeremy Powell, we brought him off late as well to give him a bit of a spell, and even the big scrubber and big hilly as well. So we sort of brought off a couple of guys just to sort of look after them, because we're under no illusions that next week we've got a big game ahead of us. So looking forward to playing against Belpost Hill and testing ourselves.
Also interesting, Hayden Verver's played a really, really good game today. I think to a young bloke getting on the field and really using the wings well.
Yeah, H has been outstanding the last couple of weeks. We've just been encouraging him to just tuck the footy under his arm and just go, because he's got a lot of pace, uses the footy really well. And for his size, he's really hard at it. Doesn't shirk the issue, always puts his head over the footy, and it's just great to see him getting rewards because he's doing all the hard work on the track, and he gets rewarded for that.
And a great interview there from Cal Lowther with Tom Parrott, the chairman of selectors of the East Geelong Eagles, who will certainly be moving a lot forward in the finals campaign as it goes along. Speaking of that, I'll just have a quick chat to the boys about the games on last weekend. Firstly, Dale, the qualifying final, that was a bit of a whitewash, mate. Werribee Centrals didn't really raise a gallop against the all-conquering Eagles.
No, very disappointing. Start of the game, first 15 minutes looked like it was going to be a real good contest. After that time, East Geelong basically took over and did as they pleased. And even at half-time, we spoke about on the commentary that Werribee needed to do something. They came out and started the same way that they finished before the half-time break. no change to their side, no structural change. Didn't throw anybody in different places just to try them out for the following week. So I don't know whether they're holding back and just waiting for next week, but pretty disappointing, Nick.
I noticed Ricky O'Toole figured in one of the best players according to the Geelong Advertiser, Jay. So the old campaigner loves the finals and he's out there having a crack again.
Never believe everything you read in the Advertiser.
Never, absolutely. No, exactly.
He was pretty good, and they just had an answer for everything that Werribee could throw them. After half time, it was a training run. Basically, they just went through the witch's hat scenario, and their midfield. They had plenty of forward options. Ryan Klosterback in the team was a great vehicle for them across half forward, and they were in sterling form.
And on Sunday, Jace, I'll stay with you. Inverleigh, their first finals campaign since being reformed as the Inverleigh Footy Club in 2002, must have been very, very pleased with their performance against the finals campaigners in Thompson.
Would have been a ghost town, I suspect, Inverleigh on Sunday. Everybody was there, big crowd and great weather. And, great effort by them, and they certainly showed why they have been in pretty good form for most of the season. They didn't really let Thompson into the game at any stage, and had answers when Thompson were able to kick 1 or 2 goals in a row. And then, they had some forward options as well, and their midfield worked really hard. And their backline's pretty underrated. Brent Ling is obviously one of the best backmen in the competition, and he certainly showed that on Sunday.
Season over for Thompson-Dale, but they must be fairly pleased with the season based on the fact I don't think they expected much in 2011.
Yeah, no, Spud said himself that they were probably the 5th best side in the competition. That's where they've ended up finishing. But look, as I said, a lot of those young kids now have had a taste of finals football, playing their probably second year of senior footy. So there's a fair bit of promise there in that side. They've got to get 2 or 3 players to the club, and I think after the results this year, they won't have any trouble doing that and could find themselves playing finals again next year.
Indeed. Now, we don't know if we caught that on the set before, but we've got another special guest sitting there with Jason. We'll move it, see what happens there. Put the camera on, Jason, see what happens.
You can't see her.
We'll bring her in.
Oh.
Bring her in. Here we go. Swap the camera over. Here we go. Have a look at that. Folks, this is Mia Doherty, Jason's lovely daughter. 1 of 2? 3. Strike. Every time I ask her, that other one comes along. So give Mum a quick wave, Mia. There you go. Yeah. Now, which footy team do you follow in the the AFL?
She's got no microphone.
Oh, you can hear her. The AFL?
Geelong.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, we'll move along with the show.
Dick Barracks of Collingwood.
Yeah, but Mia, it's great to have you on the show. So you stick around and see if you can give your dad a few pointers on how to look good on television. Don't you worry about that. We're going to pay some bills, come back and talk about all the action on this afternoon. Back after this.
Football, let's get into